Uranium friends, let's check in on Denison Mines DNN because I have taken a couple of uh, trades in the past 2 days on this particular name, and we'll go through that as well. But first, let's look at the quarterly chart. So this is very obvious. We're in quarterly consolidation, right? So you literally had 6 quarters, a year and a half of straight up. All right, and it's finally getting its consolidation now. This quarter has wiped out 1, 2, 3. Really double bottomed here, right? Is it absolute double bottom? 142. What is this? 142. It's an exact double bottom on this quarterly chart right now. So we are in quarterly consolidation at the moment. And it was, again, it took out at least 2 quarters of consolidation, and we are double bottomed at the moment. Where are we in the quarter? Well, 2/3 into it. So, I mean, there's time still, right? So, but what's positive? Quarterly 12 EMA rider since. Oh boy, this is going to be something, right? So this is basically a quarterly 12 EMA rider since October of 2020. So for 4 years, this name, Denison Mines, has been riding the quarterly 12 EMA up. Sure, some undercuts, right? But this is in full, complete, and absolute ride. So does it do it again? We're going to see within the next couple months if that indeed is the case. It doesn't, if you start to look at what it does, at least on this run, it only's had like a couple of quarters of consolidation each period. And the consolidation is really shallow. It's just sideways action. And if you zoom into the monthly, whatever. But that guy Balls Meep on Twitter asked me a very specific question. He said, "What are the three? If you had to hold them for a year, what would they be?" Well, Denison was definitely one of them. And why? Well, because Denison's in a quarterly uptrend. It's still in a quarterly uptrend. It doesn't lose the quarterly uptrend until it breaks 92 cents. Then it starts to lose. Then it loses its quarterly uptrend, and then then we have to sit and see where support ends up being, and where the bounce occurs. But we don't have to be there yet. But this is the quarterly chart. So quarterly consolidation is not, and it's not even abnormal. So if I didn't tell you what the time frame of this chart was, if you didn't know, you'd say, it's a pretty bullish chart. Well, it is. It's a bullish chart. And that's why I said Denison was one of them. UEC and Mega were the other two, by the way. Mega for its lower risk loss, small losses because it's such a quote unquote cheap stock, and UEC because it was also in a quarterly uptrend. But we're not talking about UEC or that. We're talking about Denison. So I have recently taken trades on this, and I will show you what the deal is. Let's get these images up. All right, so get that back out of here, and let me find this stuff. Okay. All right, so these are the posts. All right, I'm just going to put this here for now. So on August 5th at 1:30, I said I'm stabbing at Denison. I believe my entry was $1.149. It's almost to the penny, 149. So, I'm on the hourly chart here. So if you zoom in right here, what is this low? It's 149. So basically what I did, and it wasn't fully intentional, by the way, but basically what I did is that I nailed that hourly higher low, right? So what we're dealing with right now is an hourly trend change. You have your low, um, you have your high, you have your higher low, and now you have a higher high. So again, I posted now the next day, today, what time? 12:30. today. So it's right around here. Okay, right in here. Okay, good timing, maybe, right? So yeah, and I sold it $1.59. So that's 10 cents. Okay, now guess what? My stop loss order, if it's at, let's just say, and I think I said what was my stop loss below. So now I break even. If I took half off, which I didn't, I took slightly less than half off. I took about I don't know, I took about 35% off on the 10-cent movements. Oh, no big deal. Who's going to waste their time doing that? Well, me. I'm going to waste my time doing that because if I nail this bottom, um, I'm in a great spot. I have a cost basis of $1.39 because remember, I just sold partial. Let's just say it's $1.42. Okay, so we can be even with this number here. So I sold. If I didn't sell, then I still have $1.59. What was it? $1.49 cost basis. So at my stop loss, then I'm losing money. Now, if it comes down to this level, takes this level out, basically breaking even. And this attempt at this bottom pick will say, all right, well, it wasn't the right time. It cost me nothing to do it. That is the way I'm going to play it because we are in a downtrend. And there's nothing that says we are not going to continue on this downtrend. So, what would be next? All right, so we've got our hourly trend change. We have absolutely have our hourly high or low at $1.42. What is it? $1.49. $1.49. So let's see what the 4 hour looks like. Okay, so 4 hour has yet to even begin consolidation. So it's going to be looking for a 4 hour high or low. Now there's plenty of more room to go. I mean, we're still in oversold conditions. Those are deep oversold conditions. These are great dip buys, by the way. Whoever had the courage to do it, God bless you. I was one of them. I'm doing it small because, I dip bought NVIDIA and other names that were much more attractive to me than Denison Mines. So it's just that simple. It's how I run my portfolio. I definitely am diversified amongst multiple sectors and whatnot. I also added some REITs where I'm trying to get some good longer term plays. In my opinion, REITs are kind of at their cycle lows. That's my feeling. You guys do what you want to do. Anyway, Denison, it's going to be looking for a 4 hour high or low. So how do we know that's going to occur? Well, probably when this hourly again finds a new pivot as a higher low than this 49, hopefully, and just moves on. So I've got until 49. I really have until this bottom now before I break even on this trade. That means if it comes all the way back down here, I break even on this trade. No harm, no foul, because I know I've got new levels that I'm going to have to look at, which is probably going to be down here, starting in the $1.30 to $1.20 range. So, that's the way I'm playing because we are in a pretty nasty drawdown at the moment. So the daily high, the daily low here is set at $1.42. Another checkbox saying that $1.42 now becomes important. So it's the hourly higher. Well, the 49 is the hourly higher, right? Yeah, 49. So it's that bottom. So 149 gets lost, problematic, and that means that 142 is possibly going to get tested, right? So, but if you look at this hourly chart, it's a different look, right? So this is just plain and simple grind, grind, grind down, riding the 5 EMA and the 12 EMA like a banshee, riding it down. Fantastic fake out bounce here. The entire sector did it, and it was just explosion down to the downside, wiping everybody out. Okay, wiping out longer term levels, right? Longer term level, longer term level, coming into this level as support. So, this is another longer term level that probably could have gotten taken out. But most people, I would assume, if they're savvy enough, aren't using that. They're going to use something a little bit below here, all depending on entry points, right? So this thing wiped out a ton of stops. It was a huge run on stops. Liquidation of some funds, maybe. I'm sure some jokers like this insider dude or the professors or whatever are going to have some sort of logical, fundamental reason why this happened and why essentially it's bullish. This is not bullish action. Okay, bullish action will be when it reverses. This is no signs of reversal on the weekly. None of them. Okay, just a relief bounce at the very best right now. But relief bounces turn into trend changes. We don't even have a trend change on the 4-hour chart yet. We're going to need another pivot, right? So we're going to need something like, look, you got your low. I'm going to do it over here. You got your low, you got your high. Now we're trying to find a spot where we get the higher low as opposed to that $1.42 level, and then the next move up. Now that's a trend change. That's what we're looking for. You need to see something like this right here and right now. That's what we need to see. And that's what I'm looking for. So if that occurs, there's more confidence that the low is, it's a decent low. We could start working our stops around it, or we could start maybe accumulating again. So what else did happen when I made that sale? Well, it got me the ability to reload down here to make it super, super low risk again, to top up back into that full, small, half position, whatever you want to call it, to take the ride again. Maybe get another trim along the way, reducing cost basis further, give me the ability to lower my stop so I don't get wiped out on a spring type of deal, and it'll be a break even stop if it does. So that's kind of the way that I'm playing Denison right now. And if Denison does it, the others are going to do it too, right? So that is the deal on Denison at the moment. Let me just see something because I think, yeah. So that's where we're at. There's my proof. It's on Twitter. You could see it. I'm not doing hindsight stuff. It's here. Okay. It's there. It's there for anybody to look at if they want to. Um, over and out.